What's going on, everybody? This is Willy Vega, real estate broker, owner of Excellence Real Estate, TheVegaTeam, and I'm super honored to have this amazing human being. He's an amazing lender, an unbelievable entrepreneur, but he's probably more amazing as a human being. Very giving, very unselfish, very caring, loves giving back, and that's one of the things that gravitated me towards Willy and his team from day one.
Thank you.
Super excited to have you, brother. You have no idea. Willy shared some amazing things today, and as you can see, we are live. Our agents are enjoying some of the things that Willy dropped, because he dropped a lot of golden nuggets today. So, Willy, you mentioned about mindset, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of us in this industry like. Whether you're in the lending side, in the real estate side, how important is mindset? I know it sounds kind of like cliche, like, oh my God, mindset. I've heard it all the time.
Everything begins with mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, it doesn't matter what business plan you put together, what plan of action, what you say you're going to do, and you don't do it. If you don't have the right mindset, and you don't take action, you're literally going to end up with nothing. So that's why I say it's very important to surround yourself with the right people.
You're just nailing all the positive lines. Now you mentioned the golden nugget number 2, surrounding yourself with the right people. Mm-hmm. You mean your inner circle?
Absolutely. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you want to make $500,000, but everyone around you is making $25,000. That's not going to help you. Why? Because a conversation with someone that makes $500,000 is going to be very different than someone that makes $25,000. Perhaps the person that's making $500,000 is going to push you, is going to challenge your beliefs, is going to believe in you. Now the person that's making less, they're going to tell you, it's not about money, it's about happiness, it's about enjoying yourself. Okay, so you have to be really, really careful who you're around, because being around the wrong people, that
definitely sabotage not just your business, but your entire life.
Yeah.
Another thing that you mentioned, which I'm just obviously a big fan of your work, is accountability. Mm-hmm. Accountability is extremely uncomfortable. I personally don't like it. We love David Halpern, and he's all about accountability.
David's awesome.
But man, accountability is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But what does it do to you if you embrace accountability?
So I think let's go back a little bit. Accountability is not for everyone.
No, it's not.
This is why. If someone knows from the beginning they're not ready to hit those numbers, accountability is not going to work. Okay? Now, being accountable to the right people is also important. Let's say Ulises' team, they're accountable to him. He believes in them. He's going to put in the work, and he's going to make sure they hit those numbers. But they have to believe that they want to hit those numbers and be able to put in the work, put in the right systems, make a few tweaks, change the mindset, and they're going to be able to hit their numbers. But they need to be open to it.
What do you think of constructive criticism? I mean, I know that most of the time constructive criticism is uncomfortable, and we often, due to inexperience, take it personal.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, wow, Willy's calling me out. He told me that my numbers are lousy, and I'm not doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not doing what I signed up for. I'm gonna take it personal, and I'm gonna go back at him and say, well, wait a minute, why are you calling me out? Well, you're not doing this. And, well, wait a minute, how is constructive criticism important in our growth?
It's huge. So something I told Lisa's team before we ended was that in the future, when we engage in a transaction, we want to know how we did.
He did say that.
We want to know if perhaps the communication wasn't there, if we dropped the ball somewhere. Why? Because we want to improve. Okay, so constructive criticism, again, is not for everyone. There's people that say, yeah, I want constructive criticism.
And the minute that you give it,
their ego gets in the way.
Ooh, another big nugget.
Way too many egos in real estate and loans. That's why people do not succeed. Their pride gets in the way. I know it all. Like, there's people that have been in the business 15 years. that aren't doing that well, and someone that's been in the business a year is crushing it because their ego is not as big as that other person.
I always tell my agents and everybody that I come across, check your ego at the door.
Right.
And you gotta realize that there's always people that are making more transactions than you, that are making more money than you, that are driving better cars than you. In other words, they're doing bigger things than you, and you gotta realize that if you wanna get to their level, you have to be willing to take notes and put your ego aside and reach out for help. Be humble, because that's one of the things that I did with Willy. I wasn't like, oh, well, you know, whatever. I was like, hey, you know what? I admire what you're doing, and I remember this vividly. I messaged him, and I even sent you a couple of voice messages, and I'm sure I ignored him. Like, man, what is this guy doing? I said, I love what you're doing. I have a lot of respect for you. I would love if you can share a few tips so that I can improve my real estate career. I had to be humble enough to realize that I don't know everything, and I'm not where I know I can be.
Right.
And you got to recognize that. So I think that's important.
No, that's huge. I think a lot of realtors could be doing better if they were to reach out to people that are doing well. Like there's realtors that are watching you right now that will say, I'm not going to reach out to Willy and see what's working for him. Why? Because he's a lender. Big mistake. Because
I reached out to him?
Yeah. You reached out, no ego got in the way. But there's people that think, I can't pick a lender's brain. He's a lender. But like my goal, because Ulysses invited me to his office, my goal is for him to at least triple his production here in the next year.
And that's the goal.
Why? Because for me, it's about relationships. I'm not worried about 1 or 2 transactions coming from this office.
I want all of them.
I'm going to invest time so that everyone here is winning in their lives. Everyone here is making at least 6 figures. Everyone here can say, I got 6 to 9 months cushion in the bank. Like if people around me aren't winning, I take that person.
What do you think of broker support? I'm sure you've gone to hundreds, if not thousands, of offices in your amazing career. Are most brokers or managers that involved and supportive? And I'm not tooting my own horn. I was with offices that I was doing fairly well, but I had zero support. And I wonder what I could have done if they would have just invested
A little bit.
And I'm not saying money. I'm just talking, hey, Ulysses, how are you doing? Hey, let's meet for an hour and let's go over your numbers.
Right. I think as a broker that you are, right, running a team, I think it's one of those things that it's like a long-term investment. Okay? Because he could go out right now and just not have a team and do it on his own and do it amazingly well.
Absolutely.
However, getting to know Ulysses, he's more about the people and helping others succeed. So I believe like wealth isn't just making the money. Wealth is helping others succeed. And I think that's what you're in it for.
And one of the things that we shared from day one, because Willy asked me, well, what do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing? What's your why? And I said, well, besides my family, it's them. I want to make sure that they're successful. They hired me as a broker for a reason. What makes me different? What makes me better? Better? I don't know. Different is that I actually give it them about my agents, and I want them to succeed. I have 17 plus families that depend on me.
Yeah.
And that's a big responsibility, but I embrace it. I always wanted to provide the support, the mentoring, the guidance that I never had. So it's big, and that's why
it's a big responsibility.
That's why I'm so obsessed with bringing amazing value like what we had with Willy and his team, because my office has never brought the Willys of the world. I mean, it was boring, obscure, no presentations, no accountability, rarely had meetings, and when we did have meetings, it was the same boring, you gotta sell.
And programs, and I don't like to necessarily talk about rates, programs, and service, and we're the best, and we're never gonna drop the ball. Why? I think as a lender, you should have great service. You should know your guidelines. You should be good. It's a given.
101, right? Yeah.
Now, what do you do to separate yourself from the rest? And I don't even look at the competition, because I'm in competition with myself on a daily basis.
That's right.
But yeah, you have to always be able to provide value. Why do some real estate agents succeed more than others? Not just because they're closers, it's because they're offering the homeowners more value.
And with that being said, my goal is to surround my agents with the very best at what they do. And I've always valued and respected what Willy brings to the table. And we want to align ourselves with the very best in their field. And that's why I think we're going to blow it up.
We're gonna do it.
You ready to do this? Thank you, everybody.
The Vega team. If you're looking for a new team, reach out to Yuli.
This video was about you. Not about
it's
me.
fine.
It was about you. Bye, everybody. Oh, for those of you that don't even have my number, which I don't even know why you wouldn't have my number, 909-471-6483. If you're in an office where you're just not getting the training, the support, the mentoring, come and check us out. And also, if you are struggling with closing transactions and you want a second opinion, how can they reach you, brother?
626-696-9406, or follow me on social media.
You are on social media, right?
I think I am. The Willy Escobar.
It's not just Willy, it's the Willy. So, bye, everybody.
Peace.